What is up, free-to-play nation? I'm the free-to-play Padawan. I love Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, but I hate spending money on mobile games. And I believe you can dominate this game without even spending a dime. And today we are going to unlock Grand Admiral Thrawn. Well, I've actually already unlocked him, but I still have my Phoenix in the exact same situation that they were in when I unlocked him. So I said, let's get into this and talk about how you upgrade your Phoenix properly in order to unlock Grand Admiral Thrawn. So as you can see right here, I have Ezra at gear 10, and I have 3 pieces on him in addition to gear 10, and they were just the cheap and easy pieces. Chopper I have at gear 8. I'm sorry, Ezra's not at gear 10. Ezra's at gear 9. So forgive me, you guys. Ezra's at gear 9, and the rest of them are gear 8. You can see the pieces that I have added to them. These are just the cheap pieces that were easy for me to add after I got him to gear 8. So all gear 8 with a gear 9 Ezra. This is what I use to unlock Grand Admiral Thrawn. As you can see, none of them are at level 85 either. Chopper is at level 82 in order to get his unique maxed out. Let's talk about the abilities. What abilities do you want them to have? We're going to talk about them one at a time. What abilities and what mods you want. So on Hera, the leader, you want to have her leadership to tier 8. You don't need the Omicron. The Omicron's not going to help you. Tier 8 is the tier that you want her leader ability, because that's when this 20% turn meter is doubled if the Phoenix allies have less than full health. So the way that her leadership works is she makes it to where everybody's unique ability works for everybody else. In addition to that, whenever they use a special, they gain 20% turn meter. This is going to help you take more turns and help you with the fight in general. Take more turns, you have a better chance of winning. Hera, you want to mod her for speed and potency. You want to make sure you have a speed arrow on her and a potency cross. Besides that, just get speed and potency wherever you can. My Hera is not very fast. None of my Phoenix are very fast. My Hera is 183 speed. She's got about 12,500 health and protection, and her potency is at 57%. Not very good, but good enough. Good enough in this case. So speed and potency for Hera, basic, and 2 specials at level 7, and her leader ability at level 8. And you're going to see that across most of these characters. Kanan, you want his abilities at level 7, except for his unique, which you want it to be level 8. Maxed out his unique, that's going to really help you with this Thrawn event. Him, you just want a mod for survivability. Health mods, defense mods, whatever kind of survivability you can give him. And as far as the arrow, I put a speed arrow on him too. I've got a speed arrow on all of these guys because it's an easy way to add a little bit of speed. Moving on, we have Zeb. Zeb the same way. Level 7 on his first 3 abilities. Maxed out on his unique. They share their unique abilities, so you want to make sure you max out these unique abilities. And he is modded for all potency. He does not have a lot of speed. Any speed you can give these guys is going to be great. Going to be very helpful. He's only 166. His potency is up to 90%. If you can get it higher, that would be even better, because what he does with his abilities requires potency to land those debuffs. Sabine, we don't have any work on. Ezra is sitting at gear 9. I said gear 10 in the beginning, forgive me. Now I put a little more effort into. I've got his basic maxed out. I've got watch and learn maxed out and his unique maxed out. Flourish is the one that's his Zeta. And whereas it would be helpful, it is not necessary for the Thrawn event. I have him modded for offense and crit chance. He is your damage dealer. Any speed you can get on him will be helpful as well, but you want him to hit hard. He's going to be the one that's doing your damage. And then Chopper, same as the other ones. Level 7 on all his abilities except for his unique, which is level 8. And you had to get him to level 82 in order to max out his unique, and it adds a bunch of extra good things to his unique ability, so it's definitely worth it. All right, let's get right into the fight. You know how to mod him. I have a Chopper modded just for speed and health. So speed and health on Chopper, speed and potency on Hera. Survivability on Kanan, potency, all potency on Zeb, and damage on Ezra. Let's get into the fight. Alright, we're going to go into the journey guide. Click on the Thrawn event. Now, most people are not going to have trouble until tier 6. We're only going to focus on tier 7, because that is the hardest one for sure. Make sure you have Hera in the lead. I don't mean to insult anybody, but Hera is the leader of the Phoenix. None of the other Phoenix have a leadership ability, so make sure you got her in the lead. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put it on auto and get through these first 2 phases, because these first 2 phases are not difficult at all. And here's the thing about this event, you guys. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to probably try this event a lot of times. I am probably going to have to try this event a lot of times. It is unlikely that we will make it on the first attempt, because our Phoenix are gear 8 with a gear 9 Ezra. It is not, they are not over geared for this event. Now, you can do it with less. If you want to go crazy and feel like you want to die because of how many times you're doing this event, you can do it with less. And even with this amount of gear, like I say, you're probably going to have to attempt this a couple of times. All right, coming up on phase 2. Phase 2, about halfway through phase 2, we're going to stop it, and we're going to take control so that we have good situation for ourselves at phase 3. Okay, let's stop it here. Now, we want to make sure that in phase 3, we've got most of our cooldowns available to us. So we're just going to mostly use basics here. I'm going to see if there's any reason to use anything other than a basic. We'll just use a basic right here. Another basic. Now let's talk about some of these basic abilities do some really nice things. When Kanan uses this basic, if he crits, he puts offense down, which is really nice to help you survive. Chopper's basic is probably one of the best. When Chopper uses his basic, he grants a buff to a random Phoenix ally, and he has a 50% chance to reduce their cooldowns by 1. So Chopper's basic, even though it doesn't do a lot of damage, it is a really nice basic ability. Hera's basic, if it's the highest health enemy, is going to put expose on them, which is why you want potency on Hera. And Zeb, with his basic, he's going to put daze. Alright, you guys, so in this situation, phase 3, this is when we want to start really paying attention. The biggest threats in phase 3 and phase 4 are these death troopers. They're going to put healing immunity on your Phoenix, which is going to stop your recovery. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to go after these death troopers first. I'm going to use Ezra's ability to call Chopper to assist. Like I said, Chopper's basic is really good. It gives turn meter to Chopper and Ezra, plus it gives buffs to the team and reduces cooldowns. So we're just going to use Chopper's basic once again. Let's hold off on the taunt. We're going to save the taunt for the other fight. Now here we go. We have a good situation. Offense down on this death trooper. Plus, we got lucky he did not use his AoE, so we're just going to use a basic to finish him off. We have eliminated the threats, and now we're trying to arrive in phase 4 with as much health and protection as possible, making sure that our cooldowns are ready to go. Because we need to have all of our special abilities ready for the last fight. And depending on what abilities the enemy uses is going to depend on how this goes for us. Here we go, you guys. Hold your breath. You ready? Oh my goodness. Okay. Here we go. What are they going to do? Who's Thrawn going to fracture? Are we even going to be alive after this? Let's find out together. Thrawn is turning around. Here we go. Alright, now these death troopers, these are the big threats. These are the big threats. I have studied you battling my troops. Your weaknesses are obvious. Your strategy flawed. He's got a lot to say. This fight will mark the turning point. After this, your rebellion will unravel and fall into oblivion. Oh, he started with his basic. That is lucky. Now, this is the big problem. See those AoEs? We have healing immunity on us now, which means that we cannot heal our protection or health. The Phoenix heal themselves a lot, and we need to be able to heal. Now, there's 2 steps we want to do. Step 1, we want to remove these Deadeye from these death troopers first, and then we want to kill them. But because he's taunting right now, we have to get rid of this taunt. So we're going to use Chopper's special, He's going to dispel all buffs on the target enemy, and all enemies will lose 10% turn meter, and Chopper will gain 15% protection, but he won't because he's got healing immunity. We're going to get that taunt off, take some of their turn meter away. Fracture on Hera, that's not good. That is not good. I don't love that. Okay, we're going to take a chance to get the Deadeye off of this Death Trooper. Oh my goodness, I'm not loving this. All right, I want to get a taunt up with Kanan. Chopper has his taunt ready, but I want to get a taunt up with Kanan. So we've removed Deadeye from this Death Trooper. We're going to try to kill this one or remove Deadeye from him. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the healing immunity off of Hera. Whenever Kanan taunts, Hera, he can cleanse a person on his team. He's going to cleanse Hera because she is the one that's closest to death. And whenever Zeb uses his basic, he has a chance to daze. That is what we were hoping for. If they are already dazed, he will stun them. Let's look and see here. If they were already dazed, staggered, or exposed, they're stunned. So let's see if we can pop a stun over here. Got a stun. That's good. Every time we can make them not take a turn, that is good. All right, we are going to call Chopper. Now, let's just talk a little bit about this ability right here. Watch and learn. He calls an assist, right? And then they attack as well. But it also, if they're support, it gives you 40% turn meter gain for both you and the support that you call. That qualifies for Hera and for Chopper. They're both support. Both of these other guys are tanks. So what we can do also is we can call a tank to assist, and then the tank will get protection up along with Ezra. In this case, I want the turn meter, so I'm going to call Chopper to assist. Plus, Chopper could reduce the cooldowns on somebody and give them a buff. He gave himself offense up. That's interesting. And he reduced his cooldowns, I believe. All right. Let's do the taunt with Chopper. This way we have two people taunting, and maybe they will split the damage a little bit here. We don't. There we go. That's good. We don't want all the damage to go after Kanan. Let's see if we can take out this Death Trooper. Excellent. So we took some of the threat from one Death Trooper, and we killed the other Death Trooper. So we're going to go after this Death Trooper. Kanan's in big trouble. We need to get a turn from Hera as soon as possible. Kanan is going to cleanse himself, give himself a little bit of protection, and also give it to Hera. That was clutch, Kanan. Kanan needed that. All right, we're going to keep trying to keep Hera alive because she needs to take this next turn. She's going to put backup plan on Kanan because Kanan is still taunting and they are going after him hard. That's unfortunate. We got a second round of healing immunity that now we are not going to heal as long as we have that healing immunity. Ezra went ahead and took the chance to take that Death Trooper out. We're all still alive. Both Death Troopers are down. Now we're going to go after these Stormtrooper commanders. These Stormtrooper commanders are more threatening than the Stormtrooper. What I'd like to do is kill the two Death Troopers first, then the Stormtrooper commanders, and then Thrawn, and then finally this Stormtrooper at the end. So here we go. We're going after the one that's the weakest. The fracture is out on Chopper. That's not good because now we can't call Chopper to assist. We're going to call Hera to assist. Once again, giving turn meter to Ezra. The more turns we can get him to take, the better. All right, now Hera, with her call to assist, she will give extra potency to whoever she calls. So in that case, we want to call Zeb with Hera so that he can get a stun. We're working on killing this one, so let's see if we can stun the other one. That way we can kind of control both of them at the same time. All right, and then we're going to try to, let's see if we can land a stagger on Thrawn. Excellent. That means, Thrawn stagger means now whenever we hit him, he's going to lose all his turn meter. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and take a chance to hit him with Ezra. Take his turn meter away. All right, we're continuing to go after the Stormtrooper commander. Zeb is in trouble. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Kanan to give Zeb a little bit of extra protection. Excellent. Now we have to deal with this taunt again. We have two ways to deal with this taunt. One of them is Ezra. One of them is Chopper. Unfortunately, Ezra is not ready to go and Chopper is fractured. Okay, so we need to get the taunt back up with Kanan, and let's take the healing immunity off of Chopper so that he can hopefully come back to life a little bit. We're probably going to lose Kanan here. I don't think he's going to survive this taunt because Hera does not have her backup plan available. Let's go ahead and get the taunt off. We're going to go back after this Stormtrooper commander. His healing is definitely something we want to get rid of before we start going after Thrawn. Kanan is looking rough. Looking rough. Hopefully Zeb... Ooh, he just got a bunch of health back. Nice. All right. Hera is going to call Ezra to assist, hopefully just to kill this guy. We don't want to try to daze him or stun him. We just want to kill him. There we go. Now we're going for the other healer. We're going to call Kanan to assist. Remember, this ability is going to give Kanan protection up. That's going to help him survive. And there's a good chance he's about to eat a fracture. So we want to keep him alive if we can. And Chopper got a bonus assist as well. All right, excellent. Let's see here. Let's continue trying to keep Kanan alive. And we don't want to taunt because Kanan's looking pretty nice. There he goes. He ate the fracture and died immediately. All right, so we kind of wasted our time trying to keep him alive. But we're down to where we wanted to be. We have Thrawn and we have Stormtrooper. We're going to save backup plan because we don't know who we're going to need it on. What we are going to do is we're going to use the basic and hopefully expose Grand Admiral Thrawn. Anytime we can get an expose on Grand Admiral Thrawn, it is going to cause a lot more damage. Once again, we're going to call Hera to try to get her basic so we can get an expose on Thrawn. Perfect. The expose did good damage. Can we get a stagger on Thrawn? Yes, we can. And let's make sure we hit that stagger, take his turn meter away. Go ahead and do a big hit. Get some good damage out there. And Hera, let's see if we can call Zeb and get a daze. No daze. All right, we're going to call Hera again, trying to land that expose, and we landed it. Okay, let's go ahead and put this on Ezra, the backup plan, because he is the most important one to keep alive. Let's go ahead and do a big hit. We have gotten his protection away. We landed a daze on him. And let's use a basic with Chopper. We want to make sure we keep Chopper's buff dispel available so that he can get rid of the taunt on the Stormtrooper. Actually, we can get rid of it with Ezra. We're going to do that. We're going to get rid of this defense up with Chopper. And let's just use a basic to try to get that exposed. No expose. Let's taunt with Chopper. And we're going to try to get the expose again. She will expose the healthiest enemy. Now, you guys, this looks good. This looks good. Let's go ahead and call Ezra. There we go. We did it in the first try. I hope that was helpful, you guys, talking through what abilities to use in what order. We actually did a little bit better than we did last time. Last time we got 1 star. This time we got 2 stars. So to wrap up, make sure you get their unique abilities maxed out. Make sure you get Hera's leadership to tier 8. You don't need to get the Omicron. Omicron, right? Yeah. You don't need the Omicron. You don't need any Zetas. Nobody needs to have any... nobody needs to be at level 85. You can do it with undergeared Phoenix as long as you make sure to use Ezra's damage and his call to assist. Depending on the situation, use it to either give protection up or to give turn meter to your friends. All right, you guys, I hope that that's helpful. Please put something in the comments if you have any questions. And until next time, I want you all to remember that Jesus loves you.